guess what? Bam! She's my background because, bam! She's a beauty. We're gonna unbox it with this beautiful tripod. So I got myself a UB-sized tripod to facilitate filming with my phone, at least until I get a camera. This was one of those random 5 a.m. night owl sudden decisions, but I guess I'm making cosplay work in progress vlogs for now. I am excited! Perfect, so let's keep doing this one-handed. Okay, I found the opening. Perfect. Ooh, that looks cool and nice. This is how it looks like fresh out the package. We have a long distance remote. The rest of the stuff in the box included 2 different mounts, one for phone that I'm going to use right now, and one for camera, which I'll store for now until I maybe one day get a camera. We're just gonna take this, open it, screw it on. And perfect. Look at that. I am ready for some filming. I'll probably be mounting it like right on my monitor or something. Oh, look at that. It's holding. So yeah, this tripod can be bent and everything, so that's perfect for weird angles. So this is the backdrop that you'll be seeing quite often. All the mess that is in my room. So I actually just moved to this new place about a week ago, and I didn't get the chance to put everything where they belong yet. So everything is a bit chaotic around here.
So I considered doing Twitch for like a solid 3 weeks of my life. I spent all that time doing a bunch of research. I downloaded OBS Studios and I was almost ready to go, but I realized that it wasn't for me, and for 3 big reasons. Number 1, I have this major fear of public speaking, which is basically what it was. Number 2, I only play 2 games. League of Legends, which is absolute trash, and Tetris. And reason number 3, well, it didn't really matter because it's not like I was magically gonna get over the fear of my first reason anyways. I'm lying under my desk right now because I wanted to show off what would have been on stream if I were to be a streamer.
This quarantine kind of took away that one time a year where people get to go to anime conventions, comic conventions, even those medieval time conventions. Motivation was lacking for most of us. There was other stresses, let's be honest. You know, we didn't have that beloved cost crunch that we yearn for, but also hate chasing after us prior to every convention. For those of you who have never heard of this term before, it basically describes the 24 to 48 hours before a convention where most of your cosplays gets done, let's be honest. Obviously, it doesn't apply to all the cosplayers because some of them are actually smart and actually capable of planning ahead. But you know, a lot of the time we are smart too and we are capable too, but stuff happens, you know. It includes, but is not limited to 1. The lack of sleep, 2. Questionable diet, lots of ramen, Domino's pizza, drowning in coffee to stay awake. 3. Dragging not only your unfinished cosplay to the Airbnb and or hotel that you're staying at, but sometimes a whole sewing machine to finish your cosplay. Oh, what else does it include? A brilliant last-minute clutch invention or illumination. That belt or headpiece you didn't know how to attach to your body? Guess it's time to bring out that good old duct tape.
So, full disclaimer, I am not a professional cosplayer, nor do I claim to be. So if you came here expecting to learn anything, you might be at the wrong place. But really though, I just want to share, a little bit of how I do the things that I do, and I might not even be using most of the equipment properly. So if you have a better way of doing things or know how to use a tool properly, then please do comment below and tell me how. Please. This is just a vlog, guys. Just a vlog.
Congrats! You made it this far into the vlog. Next, we're gonna talk about why I even decided to cosplay Yamraiha in the first place.
Well, for one, she is absolutely beautiful. Ever since I watched Magi for the first time, I think 3 years ago now, I knew that I wanted to cosplay her, but there were a few things that I didn't know how to tackle, such as her giant hat, her giant staff, but mainly this area right here, mainly, you know.
I couldn't figure out how I was gonna do this whole thing at the beginning, but as time went on, I learned more stuff. Recently, I've really gotten into cosplaying really simple characters because this allows for a lot of creative freedom, you know, adding more details wherever you want and just reimagining kind of the character in your own way, and I love that. I had the chance to do Morgiana already, so that's absolutely amazing. I had a great time doing her. So, another Magi cosplay. You can already see that I started her hat there, but that was before I knew that I wanted to vlog my cosplay progress. So, I just have pictures of those. It's gonna be a huge hat. A little briefing about Yamraiha. She's one of Sinjia's 8 generals. She's Aladdin's magic teacher specializing in water magic, which is a big factor that made me greatly relate to her. I always said if I could be a master of any elements, it'd be water and I'd be a waterbender. So we're going to be working on Yamraiha's cosplay. I already pre-drawn this a while ago when I felt inspired. I usually just draw everything out before I make it because I told myself that if I can draw it, then I can probably make it, right? And so here we're going to be working on the bra for this vlog. It's going to be composed of foam, pearls, and flowers. So these shell structure is probably going to be made out of foam attached to a bra with some ruffles and flowers. You might be wondering how I got this design. Well, I just typed in mermaid bra and I got, you know, a bunch of designs that I found really cool because I didn't want to just go with her original design, which is this, which would actually never hold on me. So here we are. Here I am in my lovely PJs. I mean, this has been our OOTD for the last 6 months, right? I'm just attaching my designated cosplay bra to my mannequin. You'll notice that I placed it a bit lower than where the breasts are because the mannequin is just a display mannequin that isn't my size, unfortunately. I'm then going to cover it in plastic wrap to protect my bra as I cover that up with duct tape to help me with patterning. This is a technique that is very often used in the cosplay community, especially for making intricate armor with complex placements. I'm not doing anything too complicated, but when you don't know where to start, just start somewhere. Anywhere, really. I thought that I could get away with taping only half of the bra, but you'll notice that I come back later to do the other half. I'm adding a bit more duct tape around the rim of the bra cup because the shell pattern actually needs to be a bit larger than the bra to compensate for the foam thickness. When I'm done, I start drafting the shell pattern. Note to self: have the drawing that you drafted next time next to you. After I tape the second cup, I go ahead and I outline it to create the pattern for my bra cover. So right now, I have a left shell pattern and a right bra cover pattern that I will flip to make their counterparts. I'll probably tweak it a bit off camera and add seam allowance when I trace it onto the fabric later. Being careful not to damage the bra, I just cut off the pattern using regular pairs of scissors and then I just free the titties. Here, I'm just trimming out the pattern, blah blah blah, but what's important are the darts that I'm adding to make it flat, because you need to trace a flat pattern onto your fabric to then re-sew it together to get the irregular shape that you desire. Off camera, I actually added 2 more darts because I wasn't satisfied with how flat the pattern turned out. So I don't need darts for the shells, but
but I do need some reference lines that will help me align the shell petals, quote unquote, that I'll be cutting shortly.
I'm just here comparing my pattern with my drawing, and I'm realizing that I'm not sure if I want to keep this extra panel on the side. I also realized that my scallops are extremely uneven, so I might just patch it up with more duct tape, draw over it before I cut it up. Oops. My tripod is totally in my shirt right now, but it's holding, so yay! You get the real POV. I forgot to mark the numbers. See, you should mark your numbers before you lose all your pieces.
I promised myself that I would clean my room before I did any cosplay, but clearly that didn't happen, so we're gonna have to clean my mess together. We're gonna sort out at least the fabric before I buy some potential fabric that I already might own. I wanted to use this beige dresser to put all my fabrics in.
Sorry not sorry that I'm taking you on the journey of tidying this little corner of my room, but we got to the open quotes, trace onto fabric, close quotes, part of everything, so I did need to get my fabric sorted. I'm probably gonna be buying the missing fabric sometime next week, but for the bra cover, I can just use some old scraps since we shouldn't be able to see much of it anyways.
I am so tired. It's so pretty though. It's so pretty. But I'm not even done yet. There's still another pile. Oh, and that pile of joy. Somewhere in there is another fabric bag that I need. But I have no idea where it is.
We're back in my bin of pink and red, and we're gonna look for some scrap fabric. I'm looking for something that's quite structured, so with less elastic in it, so that it can hold the shape of the bra in front, and so it can potentially hold some magnets. This is very possible, and something more elastic for comfort.
It's been a long journey, but we finally get to work with our fabric. I thought that it might make it more comfortable if I had a more elastic fabric somewhere along the bra cover, so that's why I cut the pattern into two. I'll trace the cups onto the more stiff cotton-ish fabric that I found, and the little wings onto the more elastic fabric after. I had seam allowance and I cut everything, but I forgot to mention that in the middle of it all, I decided that I didn't want to deal with fraying edges, so I'm going to double the patterns and just smack them together. When I'm doing any projects, I usually try to keep all my scraps and accumulate them in my scrap bag so that maybe I can use them for a future stuffing, or I'll make stuffed keychains one day or something. Now that I have two pieces of every parts traced, seam allowanced, yes I made that a verb, and cut, I can start sewing them together. You might notice that I don't use pins, nor do I flat iron my seams to make my life easier. I have no excuse. I'm just here being the perfect example of what not to do. But I know that I should. I do sometimes, but this wasn't one of those times. If you look really closely, you'll see that it lines up pretty well, no? I didn't need those pins. I'm too cool for pins. After I wrestle to flip the bra a little bit, I top stitch it flat and it's pretty much done. Until I have to put in the attachments in the back and the velcro and or magnets in the front for the shells. This is what the bra cover looks like on the display mannequin. It's not perfect, you can see the top rim kind of fraying out a bit, but maybe I'll fix that. Maybe.
I'm realizing that this video is already 15 minutes long, so I'm gonna wrap it up there. Next time we should be fabric shopping and working with the foam. So that concludes my first vlog. If you have any tips about vlogging, or if there's anything that you'd like to see in my future vlogs, or any questions you'd like to ask, then let me know. This is going to be a learning curve that I look forward to. Here's to keeping it up on that. See you next time, maybe. It's time to make some sound effects. And now you're all gonna go back and look for where I